March 15th, 1982, Miami, 11:47 p.m. Rain hammered the charter terminal like bullets from heaven. Four young men hurried toward a waiting Cessna 402, their leather jackets dripping wet. They were Crimson Echo, a rock band, hours away from their breakthrough moment. Marcus Thorne, 24, lead singer with piercing blue eyes that seemed to stare into your soul. Jake Morrison, 22, the wild drummer who lived every day like his last. Tommy Chen, 23, quiet bassist hiding dark secrets behind his gentle smile. Rick Valdez, 25, perfectionist guitarist whose obsession with perfection would prove prophetic. They'd just signed a $2 million record deal. Tomorrow, Nassau, fame, fortune, everything they dreamed of was within their grasp. But something felt wrong that night. Marcus had called his mother at 10 p.m., voice trembling. "Mom, I have this feeling, like we shouldn't go. But we have to. This is our shot." As they boarded that aircraft, none knew they were stepping into aviation history's most bone-chilling mystery. Pilot Captain David Sterling, 34, was exhausted, 16 hours straight flying through weather that meteorologists would later describe as biblical. His hand shook as he gripped the controls. The tower operator would later testify that Sterling's voice sounded desperate, almost panicked. At 1:47 a.m., exactly 87 nautical miles southeast of Miami, Sterling made a transmission that still haunts air traffic controllers. "Mayday, mayday. Instruments going crazy, compass spinning like a top. We're not where we should be. Something's wrong with the sky itself." His voice became increasingly frantic. "The stars, they're in the wrong positions. GPS showing impossible coordinates. Altitude dropping rapidly. Can't control the aircraft. We're going down in heavy seas." Then, absolute silence. The Coast Guard launched the largest search operation in South Florida history, 6 grueling days. 15,000 square miles of treacherous waters. Helicopters battled 20-foot swells. Navy vessels combed the ocean floor with the most advanced sonar available. Satellites searched from space. They found nothing, not a single piece of debris. No life rafts, no bodies, no oil slick, no distress beacon. It was as if the ocean had opened its jaws and swallowed them whole. Rock band vanishes without trace. Atlantic swallows rising stars. The mystery that baffles experts. Families refused to accept the unthinkable. Marcus's mother, Eleanor, spent her life savings on private investigators, psychics, anyone who claimed they could find her son. She organized candlelight vigils where hundreds gathered holding photos of the missing band members. "They're out there," she whispered to reporters, eyes wild with desperate hope. "I dream about them every night. They're waiting to be found. They're calling to me across the water." In Captain Sterling's death grip was a crumpled piece of paper, a handwritten note that would rewrite the entire narrative. Instruments failing completely. GPS showing coordinates that don't exist on any map. We're not where we should be. The storm isn't natural. Something is pulling us northeast against all physics. The compass is spinning like it's possessed. If anyone finds this, tell our families we fought the impossible until our last breath. But the most disturbing discovery came from the aircraft's black box, a device that had somehow continued recording for 47 minutes after impact, capturing conversations that forensic psychologists still refuse to fully analyze. The final audio recordings revealed the band's last moments in excruciating detail. Marcus Thorne's voice, unnaturally calm. "The water's coming in slowly through the seal. We have maybe an hour before." Jake Morrison, fighting panic. "Someone will find us. They have to find us. We can't just disappear." Tommy Chen, methodical to the end. "We should write letters, final words, so our families know we didn't suffer." And Rick Valdez, whose final words still give investigators nightmares. "The music! Can you guys hear it? It's coming from outside, from the water itself. It's like the ocean is singing our song back to us." Eleanor Thorne, now 76 and frail, collapsed when investigators showed her the recovered items: her son's leather jacket, his Silver Cross necklace, and the final song lyrics he had scrawled on a cocktail napkin during their last meal together. When the ocean calls your name, don't answer. Some depths were never meant for the living. 19 years, she sobbed, clutching the jacket to her chest. 19 years I wondered if he was suffering somewhere, calling for his mother. At least now I know. They were together when the darkness took them. The NTSB's final report concluded that severe weather and possible equipment failure caused the crash. But the questions that remained would haunt investigators forever. How did the aircraft travel over 250 miles from its projected course? What caused every instrument to malfunction simultaneously? Why was the wreckage in pristine condition after nearly 2 decades underwater? And most disturbing of all, what was the source of the music Rick Valdez heard in his final moments? Aviation expert Dr. Michael Torres continues studying the case. The Crimson Echo incident represents the single most perplexing aviation mystery in modern history. Every aspect, the distance traveled, the intact preservation, the impossible instrument readings, defies our understanding of physics, meteorology, and ocean science. Today, Crimson Echo's music lives on through bootleg recordings and the memories of those few who witnessed their final performance. Their story serves as a chilling reminder that some mysteries are never meant to be solved and that the ocean keeps its darkest secrets until fate decides otherwise. The 4 young men who boarded that doomed flight became legends not for their music, but for a mystery that continues to haunt aviation experts, oceanographers, and anyone brave enough to contemplate what really lurks in the deepest, darkest corners of our world. Their final resting place is marked by a memorial in Miami, where fans still leave flowers, handwritten lyrics, and sometimes, people claim they can hear faint music carried on the ocean breeze. Some secrets should stay buried, others rise from the depths when we least expect them, reminding us that we know nothing about the true mysteries of this world. What we learned: the science behind the impossible. Deep sea preservation. Cold water below 800 feet creates natural preservation chambers, where decomposition nearly stops. The Crimson Echo case became a landmark study in underwater forensics, revealing how extreme depths can freeze biological processes for decades. Aviation weather systems. This tragedy revolutionized weather tracking. Modern Doppler radar detects microbursts and atmospheric anomalies invisible to 1982 technology. Today's aircraft have ground proximity warnings and GPS systems that could have prevented this disaster. Ocean current analysis. The Discovery location revealed previously unknown deep-sea currents that can carry debris hundreds of miles from crash sites. This changed how search operations calculate drift patterns and expanded search zones for future incidents. Psychological impact studies. The family's 19-year ordeal contributed to breakthrough research on ambiguous loss, grief without closure. Their experiences helped develop support systems showing how hope and despair can coexist for decades, fundamentally changing how we treat families of missing persons.